Just imagine if every idea you've ever had, every dream you've ever visualized had actually been acted on. What would your life look like right now? Maybe you'd already have that business running, that book finished, that passion project in motion, the life you keep planning, finally real. But instead, like so many of us, you're stuck. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, but because your mind won't let you choose. Welcome to the trap of analysis paralysis. Today, I'm taking on the challenge of breaking free from analysis paralysis once and for all, and I want you to join me. In a world that moves at lightning speed, we're constantly pressured to make the perfect decision. But too much thinking leads to no action. And if you've ever found yourself stuck in your head, replaying options, planning endlessly but never moving, you're not alone. Analysis paralysis is a psychological state where overthinking kills momentum. Your brain is wired to avoid pain and uncertainty, so when a decision feels risky, it stalls. Studies in cognitive psychology show that too many options can actually reduce satisfaction and confidence. It's called choice overload, and it's more common than ever. Whether it's picking a career, starting a business, or just choosing where to eat, it's the fear of making the wrong choice that keeps us frozen. I've been there. I used to spend weeks, sometimes even months, mapping out every detail of my next move. I'd research, I'd plan, and I'd wait for the so-called right moment. Spoiler, it never came. A friend of mine, Sarah, well, she spent over a year trying to choose between two career paths. She made pro and con lists, talked to mentors, second-guessed herself, and in the end, she stayed stuck in a job that drained her because, honestly, fear won. And then there's Mark, who had this amazing startup idea, but spent so long perfecting it in his head that, well, someone else launched a similar concept and succeeded. These aren't rare stories. They're everyday realities for people with big dreams, but minds full of doubt. The biggest conflict isn't outside, it's inside, really. Your inner critic says things like, "What if you fail? What will people think? You're not ready." Combine that with all the societal pressure to have it all figured out, and, well, you've got a recipe for paralysis. We're so scared of failing that we forget the real failure is never starting. So here's one to try, the 5-second rule. Beat hesitation with speed. So this technique is based on the work of Mel Robbins. The moment you feel an impulse to act on a goal, you simply count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then you physically move, stand up, click send, press record, whatever that first action might be. Here's why it works. Your brain's job is to keep you safe, not necessarily successful. After about 5 seconds, it starts talking you out of things, you know? Thoughts like, "What if you fail?" or "You're not ready," or even "Do it later." The countdown interrupts that loop and forces immediate action before, well, all those excuses show up. So how do you actually use it? Thinking about going to the gym? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, put on your shoes. Want to start writing that blog? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, open the document and type the first sentence. Too nervous to send a pitch email? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click send, start small. It's not about doing everything, it's just about doing something now. Next up, time-limited decisions. This is all about setting boundaries for your brain. What does that mean? Well, you give yourself a fixed deadline to make a decision, whether it's 10 minutes, 1 day, or even 1 week, depending on the size of the choice. Why does this work? When we have unlimited time, our minds tend to spiral into what-if mode. Deadlines, though, they force clarity. It's the same reason students get assignments done right before they're due, if you think about it. So how do you use this? Can't pick between 2 job options? Give yourself 48 hours to research, reflect, and decide. Struggling to name your new YouTube channel? Set a timer for 30 minutes, brainstorm, and lock in the best option by the end. Want to start something but don't know how? Give yourself 15 minutes to choose one idea and take the first step. Progress doesn't need perfect timing. It needs a finish line for your decision. And finally, progress over perfection. Done is honestly better than perfect. What's this all about? Instead of chasing perfection, focus on making progress, even if it's messy, imperfect, or incomplete. Why does this matter? Perfectionism is often just a disguise for fear. If it's never perfect, we never have to launch and never risk failure. But real growth only happens through real-world action, not endless mental simulations. So, how can you put this into practice? Publishing your first blog post or video? Aim for 70% quality, not 100. The first version is never the final version after all. Starting a side hustle? You don't need a perfect logo or website. Just get one customer. Working on a creative project? Share it before it's ready. The feedback will teach you more than overthinking ever could. Progress builds confidence. Perfection just builds delay. Micro-decisions are all about breaking big challenges into bite-sized tasks. Instead of letting intimidating decisions overwhelm you, you turn them into smaller, manageable steps. You see, your brain really doesn't like uncertainty. Big, undefined goals can feel quite scary. But when you reduce them into clear next steps, your brain starts to see them as safe and totally doable. Mindfulness. Quiet the mental noise. So what is it? Well, it's about practices like meditation, breathwork, or journaling that help you stay grounded and present. Why does it work? Overthinking lives in the future, like, what if I fail? And the past, what if I mess up like last time? Mindfulness, though, pulls you back to the present moment, where action can actually happen. How do you use it? Start your day with 5 minutes of stillness. Focus on your breath. Let thoughts come and go. Journal daily and ask yourself, what decision am I avoiding right now and why? Use guided meditations or even music to reset your focus when you're overwhelmed. Mindfulness doesn't eliminate fear. It helps you see it clearly so you can move with it instead of hiding from it. Bonus, the 80% rule. If you're 80% sure, just go for it. That's usually as close to certainty as we ever get. Perfect clarity only comes after you take action, not before. You are not lazy, you're not broken, you're just stuck in your own brilliance. But brilliance needs motion, action, belief. Fear will always be there, but so will courage, and courage only grows when you move anyway. Stop waiting for perfect, start moving toward possible. Have you ever been stuck in analysis paralysis? What helped you break free? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. Let's stop thinking and start living.